the hardest thing to do because they have been doing it a certain way for a while. So it's hard changing behavior, but that's the most important thing that we're doing is trying to change the culture, change behavior to the way that we want it to be, not necessarily how it was before, but just the way that we want things to be there. And but it's been fun, and our guys have bought into what we've been asking them to do, and I've been really appreciative and really happy with how they've been responding to everything.
Willie, what led to kind of the decision to get rid of Darren? Obviously, that was a tough decision. Can you walk us through how you handled that and what kind of led you to that ultimate choice?
Well, I think it's always tough because you always want to help young people. You know, everyone just throw them out or just kick them to the curb. You want to help them and help them reach all their dreams, goals, and aspirations. But in the same sense, we have rules, you know, and the rules, you got to abide by the rules. And when you break the rules, there's consequences, you know, and unfortunately, the consequences for Darren was for us both to move on, you know, and I wish him nothing but the best. And he's a great football player, and I hope things get right for him.
Is there any more importance when you're early in your tenure somewhere of setting the tone and kind of showing that there's not a sacred cow in a disciplinary decision like that?
I don't look at it like that because I think from day one our guys understood expectations, and for 6 months they have been doing everything that I asked them to do, the entire football team, and I think the whole time they knew everything I said that we were going to do. I meant it, and again, it's unfortunate that this situation happened, and it looks like coach setting the tone, and I think the tone was set from day one. You know, it's just coach just doing what we say we're going to do. We're going to hold everyone accountable to be at their best and do things the way that we know and the way that we want them to do.
What do you make of Justin since spring ball ended? Obviously, Travis goes and Terry's gone, but Justin seems like he's done a pretty good job this summer.
He's been awesome. It seemed like Justin went to bed one night and woke up and said, "Okay, it's time to go." You know, and he just changed. You know, whether it's in the weight room and competing with other guys, and he's changed his body. He's gained about 15 pounds since last year, and Justin walking outside with his shirt off now. And if you all know Justin, that wasn't him before, you know. But he's laughing. He's hanging out with his guys. I get a text from him almost every other day, and it's been great. And I'm excited for the young man. And again, I think he's starting to make it.
Every coach, when they get somewhere, talks about wanting to change the culture.
Mm-hmm.
What specifically did you see that needed changing, or what were you trying to instill?
Well, I wasn't necessarily looking at changing what it was before. I wanted to be the way that I want it, the way that I know how I want a football program to be, you know, and how I want our culture to be. And so that's what we're doing is just, and I think when changing culture, you're changing behaviors, and you want to get it to the way that you know how you want it to be. And it wasn't necessarily whether it broke or anything. I don't know what it was like before, so it was just important that we get it the way that we want it, and knowing that was going to take some time, and still, I mean, we're still in the process of changing that, but it's been great, you know, and getting our guys coming together and working the way that we want them to work.
I guess maybe a better way to phrase that question, what would you want your team to be known for then? What do you want that culture to be?
Well, I want those guys to play for each other first and foremost. You know, our guys got to understand that the way that they play is like a gift to their teammates. You know, those guys got to love each other, and they can't love each other if they don't know each other, you know, and they can't look out for each other if they don't know each other. So it was really important that we get everyone, not just our players, but coaches and all, to be around each other and talk to each other and get to know each other a lot better than what we did, because we didn't know anyone, you know, and they didn't know us, we didn't know them. We got coaches that didn't know each other, so we all had to come together, you know, and that's really important that we as coaches come together first. You know, we got to set the example in order for our young people to follow us, you know, but I think that's so important. If you look at any good football team out there, and you can see it when they play, that they really play for each other, and that's really important that we get our guys to play that way.
You've established a pretty strong presence in Southern California with recruiting. What has your approach been to get these kids to notice you guys and come visit you and give you guys a shot?
Well, I think the O and the Nike swoosh helps, you know, going in there, and then the tradition. You know, Oregon's won a lot of football games, I think I saw a stat where in the last 20 years, probably the winningest team in the Pac-12, you know, and the players in Southern Cal and the players around the country, they all know about the University of Oregon. It's just, for us, it's getting them up there and get around our coaches and players and sell our vision and what we want it to be, and seeing if that's something they want to be a part of. But I know in the past, Southern Cal has been great for the University of Oregon.
Can you talk a little bit about your defense and how much of an impact can these new coaches really make on the bottom line of the performance of your defense?
Well, I think they can make a huge impact on the defense side of the ball, just getting our guys to be fundamentally and technically sound and playing with great effort, you know, and I think, again, like I was mentioned earlier, they got to play together and play for one another. I think that's huge in anything we do, but I think we'll make big improvements. And again, our guys, we played a lot of young guys, you know, and they took their lumps, and probably, again, they're playing another defense. I mean, so that part is going to learn, but I think going back to the 3-4 is going to help a lot of these guys because a lot of them was recruited to play in the 3-4 system. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully with Coach Levitt and our defensive staff, go over and do the things we know they're capable of doing and get our guys to play at a high level.
When you bring in a new staff like that and they're installing a new defense, sometimes it takes a while for the personnel to catch up. Is it that hard to adapt with the personnel you have, or is this going to take a little bit?
I think it's always tough when it comes to just learning something new. You know, and every year has been something new for these guys for like the last 2 or 3 years, and so having a defense that can be there for a while is going to be important for us. But I think it all goes back to teaching and being simple enough so these guys can understand it and play at a high level and fast where they're not running out and thinking too much. You know, I think playing on that side of the ball, our guys got to react and not think, and that's going to be important when it comes to teaching our guys and implementing our system.
Coach, what are your thoughts on Darren staying in conference with Utah and potentially playing against him now?
I wish Darren nothing but the best wherever he plays, except against us.
Are there some younger guys coming in that you think can make an impact?
Hopefully all of them. They all gonna have an opportunity to. You know, when we recruited every single one of those young men, we told them we're gonna give them an opportunity to come in here and take somebody's job. You know, and it's on our current guys to keep their job. So starting Monday, well, those guys started this summer, but starting Monday on the football field, they're gonna get an opportunity to go out and compete and try to work their way into a starting position of playing for our football team. And hopefully in a couple of weeks we start to see a little more out of guys, and probably then I'll probably answer that question a little better. But they're going to have an opportunity to compete, and we got some really talented young guys coming in, and I'm sure a lot of them will play for us because of depth.
You guys got in pretty late in the process for Braxton.